Recording. There it goes. See?
Hi.
Yeah, now we're on. Hey peeps, this is Marci Locke, and we're locking down the truth. These are my two amazing guests for the day, and these are my little growth partners. My oldest, Skylar, say hi.
Hi.
And my youngest, Gavin.
And I'm 8.
Yeah, and you, Gavin the Great and Skywalker, you know, our fun stuff. So today is Thanksgiving, and this has been coming through me. The last couple of weeks, I kept feeling these inspirations to share how my boys and I choose to live. And because so many people will come into our space and interact and just be blown away kind of by the way they speak and the way they choose to perceive things and the way they choose to live. And even the other day I was at parent-teacher conference, and Skylar's teacher, I told you this, had said how he's so amazing at communication, how every time there's an issue in the class, how he hears people and he allows them to, you know, my language, he allows them to be heard and walks them through a process of getting clear what's really going on and solves it. And she's like, I just wish he could teach a whole class to all his classmates on this. And you know, people around my little one, Gavin here, that shakes the table, babes, my little one, Gavin here, and sometimes blown away by how he calls people out on creating what they want. He's done it to me a few times too. He's awesome. So this has been coming through me as feeling like something that just got to be shared is maybe, you know, a way that kids or parents can actually see what world they're creating, and what they're sharing with their children is the world that their children are going to create. And so on my app, there's a whole section under kids. A lot of times Skylar will just say, I have a message I want to share, and he'll teach something that he's processing and going through, or Gavin will talk about something. And so there's a whole bunch of videos there under my app that a lot of parents and people will share with their kids. And we do all sorts of fun things like writing affirmations, declarations on the mirror. And that's always had so many people reach out and say, that's amazing. So for whatever reason, this came through me, that this got to happen. And coming up with Thanksgiving, it just felt really right, because I want to appreciate my little boys. They are my perfect little growth partners in this life. And because I know they're here to teach me to grow just as much as I'm here to teach them. So the first thing I want to touch base on, and obviously if you're new to Marci Locke TV, then this was created, influential TV was created to bring on people that are high influences in the world, that are believing and living in an epic life. What do we believe like life gets to be?
Life gets to be amazing.
Oh, there you go. See, awesome and amazing in every single aspect. And so that's how that's the belief system that we live in, and how we choose to thrive, and everything is thriving and awesome. So bringing these guys on was to allow them to share their perceptions and the intention that we have, the intention that I have. We set out our intention before the show, didn't we?
Uh-huh.
What was our intention?
To help other people.
To change lives, to assist other people. Helping people is actually saying that they're
change is good
below us, or that they're needing help, or they're lacking of that ability on their own. But to assist other people in the freedom that, or the tools that we have to give us freedom and change lives. So, but today is about Thanksgiving and gratitude. And for me, there's a little bit deeper understanding and shift to gratitude. There's actually the deeper consciousness shift of gratitude is appreciation. So Sky, what's the difference between gratitude and appreciation? Do you remember us ever talking about this?
Gratitude is what you're grateful for and what you're like glad that you have. Appreciation is when you appreciate, like when you know, when you like something, when you know you tell them good job or something, you appreciate them.
You're like giving them energy, right?
You're giving them energy.
Yes.
And gratitude is like
just seeing it,
like
observing
saying, I'm grateful for this, and appreciation is, I appreciate you did that for me.
Yeah, so let's get a little bit more clear on that. If we're giving gratitude to the trees, and we just say, I'm so grateful for these trees, it's like we're just seeing what is and saying, I have gratitude for this.
I appreciate they give us.
When we give appreciation, so if I'm appreciating someone for who they are, if I'm appreciating the beautiful sky, if I'm appreciating the earth, I'm actually sending and exuding an energy towards it. Of saying, you know, yes, beautiful sky. Of saying, I give you energy and love and an energy of gratitude and energy appreciation for you being you. So today in Thanksgiving, I wanted to not only appreciate my little growth partners and that they're such a massive gift in my life, but give this to you as a gift of just appreciating who you are in your journey and your path and your process, and appreciating God in like all these things that have come through me in my perfect experience and growth process to learn the tools that I know to live the awesome, amazing, fantastical life that we live, right? So we'll kind of get into this, and we're just going to flow with this. It's pure, authentic, purely vulnerable. Share what is, share what kind of comes up. I'd love to just kind of ask my boys questions and allow them to share their perceptions on life and their views and the different things that they have incorporated into their life or we've incorporated into our life to be able to live awesome, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, snap. Yo, snap. Okay, so let me ask you guys. This guy's scooting a little bit for me so you can get in here. If I asked you, who are you? What would you say? Who
Everything I want to be. And I was born to be rad.
You are born to be rad. So what's great about you? How about that? What's great about you and who are you?
I'm creative. I was born to be rad. I'm creative. I'm amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fun. I'm a help to others.
Mm-hmm.
My purpose on life was to help others, so that's good.
Awesome.
I like to communicate nicely with people.
What else is great about you?
I can imitate voices, I guess.
You're entertaining, that's for sure. Mm-hmm.
And I have a brother.
Yep, he's right here.
Yeah, this is my guy.
What else? Who are you? If people are like, who are you?
Skylar Marcus.
Yep, you are. Anything else you want to share? That's who you are?
I like chicken.
You like chicken, cool. Okay, Gavin, who are you?
I'm awesome, creative, fantastical, amazing, fun, creative, awesome, powerful, smart, an artist.
Mm-hmm, you're a great artist, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. What else?
And I live life.
Yep, what else is great about you?
I help people when they're down.
Mm-hmm.
I help them. I help them.
You do, you help a lot of people, huh? You tell about it all the time, you help a lot of friends. Anything else that you are? This makes up you? Perfect Gavin the
I'm
Great?
everything.
You are everything. You are so awesome. Okay, cool. So with these guys, like some of the processes we do even after school, we kind of have some awesome sunlight coming in. One of the processes we do even after school is always say, so what was great about your day?
Everything.
And they get to focus on gratitude for what was awesome about their day or what was great about their day. Or the other thing we ask is, how did you assist someone else today? So it's like we're focused on a certain aspect. So let me ask you guys, because I want to ask you guys your perceptions about different things. Are you open to that?
Yep.
Okay. So what do you think, Sky? What do you think is possible in this life? What's your perception about life?
When I was 9, I saw Mom have a poster on her wall that said, everything is possible except for the word impossible itself. And I've just been going with that for like ever because nothing's impossible for me.
Awesome.
So every time someone says, like I said, I believe in Santa Claus, they're like, that's impossible. How can reindeer fly? I go, nothing's impossible except for possible, impossible itself. Impossible is just the word I am possible.
Yeah, dude, brilliance, right there, right there. Awesome, yeah. So there's been a few occasions where he had said something and I'm like, well, that's impossible. And he's like, Mom, everything's possible. I'm like, you're right. There are limitless possibilities. So he's very brilliant that way. So Sky, what do you believe about yourself?
Everything. I can do anything I want with my body. I can grow 16 muscles. I don't know.
you have a
I
few
could
more muscles
probably
left.
grow dragon wings. I don't know. Just anything's possible if you put your mind to it.
Awesome.
So if I put my mind and body to working out and health, then I'm gonna do that. Be healthy, work out.
That's a whole
grow
other
these
subject we could get on, right?
muscles.
Is like why do you choose to live in a body of health?
Yeah, and Gavin is gonna
Gavin
tell.
Gavin
needs
to
to
be the healthy
tell.
one, huh?
Gavin needs to tell because, like, on the video yesterday, he said, "Join me tomorrow." And I was like,
Mhm.
"You like I
He likes to get up and
my
work out,
best
doesn't
life."
So let me ask you, what do you believe about the world? What's your thought about did you have any beliefs around the world? Is that clear enough?
It's round. I don't believe it's flat.
Okay, awesome. How about let's get a little bit more specific. What do you believe about people? What's your beliefs about people?
They're awesome.
They're awesome. So relationships are awesome?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What do you believe about money?
It's pretty easy to get.
Pretty easy, or?
It's really easy to get. All you have to do is put your mind to it. I could make like
There you go. I can.
$10 in about a minute.
Yes, you could. You totally can, if that's what you want to create, right? Okay, so Gavin, what about you? What do you actually? I have one more for you. What do you believe about religion?
Well, I believe that anyone can believe in whatever anyone wants. I'm not going to just go over there and go, you actually believe in that, and like judge them for believing that. Because that's actually, I learned about that. There's like this word that means, it means, I don't know what it is, but it means, it's about judging people over their religion, and I don't think that's right. So
okay,
I don't judge people over their religion. They can believe whatever they want, and religion is just religion.
Perfect.
I don't care. All I care is what I believe about.
Awesome. So,
And you should too.
So do you realize what you just said though?
No.
You said if they judge it, then it's wrong.
No, I said I think it's wrong to judge.
Okay, so are you judging people
Yes,
who judge?
I am.
Okay. Is that interesting, huh? So
I'm judging people who judge.
So is it okay even if other people choose to judge? Is that okay for them?
Nah.
Nah or yeah?
Yeah.
What is that? Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
So is it more clear to say you get to choose
You get to choose
what is right for you?
do.
But
What you do.
if someone else judges, is that okay for them to go through that growth process?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Cool. Gavin,
Judge Judy.
what do you believe about yourself?
Judy.
That I
You're silly. You are an entertainer. What do you believe about yourself?
I can do anything I put to my body. I put to my mind.
Yeah, that's true. What else do you believe about you?
I believe that
How
I'm
about
strong.
Yeah, you are strong.
I
Very
am
strong.
amazing,
Uh-huh.
sweet, nice,
Hmm.
and I give love.
You do give love. How about this question for you? What do you believe is possible for your life?
Anything, mostly anything.
Mostly anything? What are the things that you, okay, everything. So you believe anything's possible? What do you think life is for? What is this life for?
To live an awesome, healthy life.
Why? Why do you believe that you get to live an awesome, healthy life? Or why is that your belief about life? We got some shadow going on in here.
So I can move and do activities.
Is that why you live in a body of health, or is that what you believe life is for? What is life for? What do you think your purpose is? You were telling me the other day, you said my purpose is, and you said this too, what you thought your purpose is.
My purpose is to help people. If I wasn't supposed to do that, then I don't know why.
My purpose.
That's what you feel drawn to?
I feel drawn to help
My
people.
purpose is to help people, like.
How do you do that?
Like when my friends get bullied on,
Mm-hmm.
and they're sad sitting down,
Mm-hmm.
I go over and I calm them down and help them.
Mm-hmm. So you're really good at
and I put their work away when they're sad.
So you're really good at comforting people and being a good friend?
Yeah.
Awesome. So how do you then, so let me ask you this. So what do you think is the way that you choose to live life? How do you choose to live your life?
I choose to live my life living long and eating healthy.
So why do you do
and
that?
And choosing fun.
Why do you do living long and eating healthy? What's your thought around having a body of health? Or why you choose to be healthy?
So I can go play more.
You can play more. So what is your body, because do you see your body as, is it about what it looks like?
Yeah, no.
So what is it really about?
It's really about living a great, fun life.
It's about being in tune with who you are and God and having energy to thrive and seize. What about you, Sky? What do you think about that?
What?
About a body of health? Why do we choose to like eat healthy and take care of our bodies? What do you think it's really about?
Well, not dying, first of all.
That's
Second of
smart.
all, when you're healthy,
Mhm.
and then you can do a lot more activities than others can,
Mhm.
like run 16 miles or something, or probably
22 miles one day.
one day, whatever.
That
Or
was mom's the other day.
like some people are incapable of running or jumping. Some people can't really do that, so they kind of live in pain.
Hmm.
But if you have a body of health, you can always do this stuff.
Yeah. And how does the living in body of health affect your connection to God or how you create in the world?
No way.
If you're not living in health, right?
What?
If you're not living in health, you can't do that. Or if you're living in health, that's how it helps it.
Well, yeah, that's how it helps it.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So Gavin, I want to ask you this because you're really, really good at calling people out on when they're creating something they don't want. You've done it to me a few times. And when people are even in our space and around us, when something shows up for you that you feel sick, what do you do? He's going to hold that one. You're going to hold this one. What do you do? When you feel sick, what do you do? What happens if you go and you cough?
I say I'm feeling better and better every second.
You're effortlessly recreating health, so you
Yeah.
focus on what?
So I focus on me. I imagine me happy and not sick.
So you imagine you
Mhm.
healthy.
Mhm.
What happens if we
Healthy.
focus on not sick? What are we actually focusing on?
Getting sick.
We're focusing on sick, right?
Yeah.
So when you why do you think you choose to focus? What would you tell other kids or other parents is why it's important to choose focusing on what you want?
So you can move more and do more activities and live long life.
Okay, but that's your body of health. I think you're so distracted by this. You're like monotonely just reacting and responding about body of health. Okay, so hear my question. Can you hear my question? You love to tell people like how you choose to live, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you choose to live the way that you do? How do you choose to live life?
Happy.
Happy. So positive,
Positive.
right? So why is that important?
So you can be happy your whole life.
So is it if it's important to be positive, to be happy your whole life, why is that? What will happen if you choose negative? What's happening if you focus on negative things?
You will choose very negative things and you won't live a happy life, and your life will be a bit tortured.
It'll be torture, so it won't be fun. So do you have an example of this, of like when you have had something happen at school or a fight with your brother and you have a negative thought? What would that be like?
Would be like
what's an example of when you've had something that was a negative thought, and how did you get to turn that around and why?
when people are bullying people.
Mm-hmm.
I mostly
Go
just
to the bathroom.
when people are bullying me
Mm-hmm.
and they say something rude,
Mm-hmm.
I just say I don't care and I walk away.
Okay, so what's the thought that happens in your head when that happens?
It makes me feel like I'm brave enough to do anything,
Mm-hmm.
and I really can take on anyone.
But that's the perception you chose. Let's walk people through. You know how to do this in your head,
Mm-hmm.
and this is why you're so good at this, right? But a lot of kids out there and parents don't know how to take it from feeling the negative and feeling the bad thought and taking on a bad belief, because and turning it into creating that they experience something different. So how about like if you and Skylar have a fight or something, or even a misperception with mom, and you decide, what's one you've had in the past, like that you've told me in the past, like you felt like you were a bad kid, right? If you feel like you're a bad kid, what's going to happen if you if you decide that that's true? I'm a bad kid.
I'm gonna be a bad kid in probably a few days.
You'd feel like a bad kid
Yeah.
right now. And what will happen to your life if you feel like you're a bad kid and believe you're a bad kid?
Then the next day you will be a bad kid.
Because why?
Because you believed and told yourself, your body,
golden nugget,
and a heart.
You believe it inside you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then what do you attract in your life?
You're being bad.
And things that make you think you're bad, or experiences that reflect, like proof. Remember we talked about evidence? You look for evidence to prove your beliefs true inside you. So you find proof. So you could have another,
another fear.
Yeah, something come up with a friend.
And say like your friend has to move, so he's like, we're still friends, but I have to move away and I can't, I won't be able to talk to you anymore. So he feels sad and he feels like he's dumb. Like his friend wants to move away from his friend.
That could be a perception he creates, huh? Yeah.
So the next day everybody doesn't like him.
So would it be his choice to believe that people don't like him, and it might not even be true? It might just be that his friend's parents are moving and he's moving, but he still likes him. Yeah. So how? Let's help people, assist people with learning. How can they change that? How do they change it? What are the steps that you go through? You already know how to do this in your head and how to go communicate with Sky, or how to walk through this process to shift it. We talk about shifting it, right? So what's the first thing that happens? What's the first question you ask yourself? Do you remember the first question you ask yourself? When you feel a negative emotion, when something shows up so what's the first thing we want to look at is, how do we know we're taking on something that's not going to help our lives or serve our lives?
Your mind.
You feel a negative emotion, huh? You feel sad, or you feel something you don't like, or you're going into a pattern you don't like. So what's the first question you ask yourself when you catch that? Do you remember? Like, what am I feeling, right?
I'm feeling emotional.
Yeah, so what am I feeling? So instead of people, a lot of times when you just say, turn it from positive to negative, they think you just change the thought. Is that what you do?
No.
We go through a process, don't we? Why?
So
is it okay to feel what we're feeling?
Yes.
Yes. And if we ignore what we're feeling and don't get clear on the belief inside, what's going to happen?
We'll still be sad.
We'll still be believing it, even though on the surface we just say, oh, I'm just going to think this instead, huh? Yeah. So the first part's awareness, and we say, what am I feeling?
If you're feeling something, you want to fix it, and then you can probably now change it to a happy emotion.
Once you get clear on it, right? You see if it's true or not. So everyone wants to be heard, right?
Yeah.
So you say, what am I feeling?
I'm feeling heard, emotional.
Well, I'm feeling unheard if you're feeling unheard. Yeah. So then why are you feeling that way?
Because
if this is that situation like where you were feeling like a bad kid, we go, what am I feeling? Why am I feeling this way? I'm feeling this way because my brother did this. I'm feeling this way because this person said that. And then what do we go to?
I'm feeling this way because my friends aren't my friend anymore.
So what's the question that turns it around for you to create what you want, to realize what you want to have? What's the question we always go to?
Happy.
Well, that's the end result. We go to, what do I want, right?
What do I want? I want this, that, or this.
So if we say, what do I want? So if you have an argument with your brother and you feel like a bad kid or a bad brother, you've used that word before, right? And then we go, well, I'm feeling this way, and I'm feeling because of this. This is what I'm feeling. This is why I'm feeling this way. Well, what do I want? Do you want to have a good relationship with your brother? Do you want to be happy? Do you want to have a great day? Right? We go, what do I want? Right? And so then what do you get to do after that? If what you want is to feel good and be happy, what do you get to believe and perceive about yourself?
You are you're choosing what you want.
So if you thought you were a bad kid and you feel that way and you get clear on it, what's the belief that you do want to believe?
I want to believe happiness and things I really like.
Like that you're a good kid?
Yeah, like I'm a good brother, good kid,
Mhm.
I'm a nice friend.
Mhm.
Like, mostly every day before school,
Mhm.
we see a mirror exercise. Like, it
Yeah,
goes,
we do
I
an
love and
exercise.
approve myself, just as I'm now, perfect, total, complete, just as I am now. And then you say, I love you, and then you say,
I love you, Gavin, huh?
I love
Give
you,
yourself love.
Gavin.
And then
You're
what are
so
things?
awesome, creative, fantastical, and say things you love about yourself.
Mhm. And then what else do you do when you're before school? You set your intentions for the day?
Yeah, we set our intentions for the day.
Mhm. So back to when you get to believe and perceive what you want, it's I'm a great kid, I'm a good brother.
Yeah.
So then what's the next step? You can say, what I want is to be, happy with Sky and have a good day. So what do I get to do? What's the action you get to do to then go
I
create
get
that?
to smile
You can
and
smile.
choose awesome and creative.
Is there other things that you do? Like that's changing your
choose
vibe.
fun.
Mhm.
Choose amazing, choose cool.
So if you and Sky are still disconnected though, is there an action you get to take to go to fix that?
Yes.
What's the action?
We go lay down, we go sit down on a mat, put knee to knee and hold hands.
And hold the rock?
We hold a rock.
Our energy rock? Huh?
Our energy rock. And whoever's holding it can talk, and whoever's not holding it can't. So we take turns. So I hold it, and then I talk to him how I feel.
Good. Yep. Why is that
then,
important instead of just saying you did this to me? What's the difference between you did this to me and telling him how you feel and what you see and what you choose?
You did this to me is blame.
Yeah.
I feel is solution.
It's creator, huh? It's taking ownership for how you feel. Yeah. So you sit and you say, when you did this,
I felt like I wasn't good enough. I wasn't good. Then it's his turn after you're done.
Do you also request what you want? And
Yeah.
So we want to be heard, and then we want to hear what's true or untrue. So you are giving him your perceptions that you chose.
Yep.
And then and then you ask him for what you want, and then he takes his turn and he gets clear on what he felt, right?
Yeah.
And you guys get to create a solution. So when you do this, what's one of the things sometimes when you guys choose to, instead of going straight to solving this with each other, and you come up to mom and you say, Mom, blah, 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 he did this to me.
That's not creating a solution.
Right.
That's getting mama to create. That's getting your mom to create it for you.
And what do I say to you when you guys do
Go
this?
fix it with Sky.
I say, so first, I learned, and this is for my own journey learned, in the past it was wanting to just empower them and say, go fix it, go create a solution, what do you want? And I recognized that I would shut them down from feeling heard because that's what I experienced as a child, is not being heard or not feeling heard. And we all want to be heard. So when he comes to me now and says, Mom, Sky and I, blah, 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 blah. And I say, I can understand that that's frustrating, that you're frustrated and that's how you're feeling. So I can hear how he feels. And then I say, so what do you want? I want this and this with my brother. Awesome. So what do you get to do? And he's like, well, I want, and I say, who do you get to go talk to that would be a way that you can create a solution with this? Is talking to me going to create the solution, or is talking to the person that you get to fix it with going to create the solution? My brother, right? And I say, are you looking for blame or are you looking for solutions? So there's a couple of key things I'll do to remind them of the path and the process they get to do as creators. And so even sometimes when they're like, well, I tried that. He doesn't want to listen. He doesn't want to go communicate right now. Like, awesome. What else do you get to try? Why is it important to keep saying, what else do I get to try? What else do I get to try? If something doesn't work, does that mean it's just like it doesn't work? No. So we continue to say, what else do I get to try? How else can I do this? What else is possible till we create it, right? So you guys, that's one of the methods you use to communicate and to shift what you're experiencing. So let's review. And this is actually the 5 steps to overcome sabotage that I teach in my Mind Body Breakthrough groups, and I use as a daily tool, and it's to retrain your consciousness, to retrain your mind to ask questions, because the quality of your life is determined by the quality of questions you ask. So when you can, we're all living subconsciously. So when something happens, like if these two are so very different, if I am in the kitchen and all the way to Gavin in his bedroom, I'm like, Gavin, da 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 da, something loud, he can perceive that to be mom's yelling at me. And for me, it was just like, I'm just being loud because you're across the room. So out of perception, our perceptions, we create then our experience. So he thinks, oh, mom's mad at me or something's wrong. And so it's learning how to, we take on from these things our subconscious patterns and identities. So from the time that we're little, we decide from experiences, this is who I have to be to show up. This is what it has to look like. This is how I have to show up to be validated. And so it creates for us that how we're trained now is we react subconsciously. We're living subconsciously instead of consciously taking moment by moment and asking ourselves questions, instead of just believing the thought that comes up in our head or the perception that comes up in our head. So we get to, the more we can train our minds to respond to, or to have no judgment or attachment. There's no wrong, right, this, that, good or bad. It's just what is in front of me is perfect. Sky, this is perfect for you. What's an experience? What is every experience for?
Every experience?
In life. What does it give us?
It gives us an opportunity to learn.
Yeah, it's a gift, right? It's a gift of feedback.
Just like school, if you do something wrong, you know what to do, or not wrong necessarily, but if you do something that, then
it doesn't show up like the way you want it.
Then you learn that next time you can do it the other way.
There you go.
You always have an option in life, so
choice.
You can choose. Sometimes when there's an experience, you choose one option which wasn't good, and then next time you can choose the other one.
So let's go a little deeper on that. Seeing what he's catching himself in when he says wrong, he's like, well, it's not really wrong, is because there is no wrong. There is no bad. There is just what happened, what was the experience in front of you. So the experience in front of you is a perfect gift of feedback. If you don't like what you're experiencing, what does that tell us, Gav? If we don't like what we're experiencing, what is it? What is it? And it's a gift of feedback. Remember, we learn from our feedback. What does it give us the gift of doing? If you realize you did something and it doesn't make you feel good, and you don't like the results of it, what do you get to do?
I get to create
something different, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this is my point being, is that when we drop judgment and attachment and we just take something moment by moment consciously, we get to evaluate it and decide what it is what worked, what didn't work, what do we want? Like Gavin had the experience of the belief with showing up with a fight with his brother. Well, what do I want? Because I know if I continue to believe this, I'm going to get more of this. I'm going to get more, bad kid syndrome. I'm going to get more bad things happening in my life instead. So what do I get to believe and perceive? I know I'm an awesome kid. I know I'm a genius and I'm a creator and I'm a good brother. And so what do I get to do now? Taking action in that to create that to be my experience in life and change the vibe to feel good and create your world. So the 5 steps to overcome sabotage, which is what I really teach, which is, what am I feeling? Why am I feeling this way? What do I want? Well, what's my new belief or perception to get what I want? Because even when something shows up as evidence that looks a lot like your past, it's because you're proving right your belief system. It's just evidence. But when you go, oh, interesting that I still attracted that, or I saw that. So now what do I get to believe even if it looks like the past, what would you now get to believe if you want something different? And then what's the action you get to take on it? So this is the way that you train yourself to become conscious. So these are conscious little creators. And when we feel negative emotion, it's a red flag for us to go, whoa, what's really going on? And I'm like, what's the thought in your head, babes? Or, we started this process, as I learned and through my journey, of just even when Skylar, I remember picking up from school and his energy was off. And I was like, what's up, babes? And he's like, nothing, and his perceptions were, he doesn't want to share. He doesn't want to, because there's a thought of like judgment. And so when I'm like, well, what's the thought in your head? What's going on in your head? And so you can start to understand, what are the thoughts going on in your head? And from little children, this is when we take this on. If I say, Gavin, da 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 da, and we don't learn to create a perception, if he doesn't come to me and say, Mom, it feels like you're mad at me. It sounds like you're mad at me. And I'm like, oh, babes, I'm so sorry that you thought that. That wasn't my intention. My intention was I'm loud because you're across the house. Then we start to become clear, communicate clearly on what's really going on, and move forward to create what we want instead of just taking on perceptions of like, I'm not good enough or I'm bad. So Gavin talked about the mirror exercise. So this is something that they do every single morning and night, and sometimes we just have those little handy mirrors, small mirrors that they do even in the car if they didn't get to it before they leave for school. And so this mirror exercise, Sky, will you demo a mirror exercise? Gavin kind of shared. What do you do every night and every morning? What are the steps of the mirror exercise? And why, first off, why do you actually do this?
To create a good day. That's
one of the reasons. It's also to talk to your core self, to actually look yourself in the eyes and talk to your subconscious core self. So show us what a mirror exercise. Do it in the camera right here. We got some.
All right. I love and improve myself just as I am now. I'm perfect, whole, and complete just as I am now. I love you, Skylar. You're so awesome, creative, fun, fantastical, amazing, creative, and a very fun kid. You will have a great day today. Please bless me with my pink bubble of love that only lets people in who are willing to love me, and my blue bubble of protection that will protect me from harm.
Awesome. So, and they do this a little bit differently each time. Gavin, what we always do a couple things. We always say, I love and approve myself just as I am now. I'm perfect, whole, and complete just as I am now. I love you, their name. And then they get to expand on it however they want. So a lot of times, you silly goose. A lot of times it's what's great about you. So I used to ask them, like, list all the things that are great about you. So in the mirror, they're literally looking in and saying, I'm so awesome at this. This is why they'll just go off and they'll just start, speaking all the things that are great about them. But then also then going into in the morning, what do they want for the day? So I'm creating, having an awesome day. I've heard the funniest things, like, I remember one time when you said, I'm creating being so fast, playing cops and robbers at recess. I'm like, awesome, sounds great. So creating their intentions for the day, and they're, in a way, seeing what their day is going to be like, and they're reaffirming to their core self that they are perfect, whole, and complete just as they are now.
I
and
take
that they're all
creating
different.
really seriously. That one time, I drew a picture of dragons, and Mom said, why don't you want to create dragons? And I said, I don't want to create dragons.
No, you wanted to put it on your vision board.
I said, oh, yeah.
So no, wait, no, I wanted to put it on your vision board. So he drew a picture of dragons, and he wanted to just hang it on the wall. And I was thinking, oh, this is going to just take paint off the wall. So I said, why don't you just put it on your vision board? Because at the vision board, you could put stuff up. And what did you say to me?
I don't want to create dragons.
Why would I want to create dragons coming and getting me or whatever? So, and you were like 5 or something, 5 or 6 probably when you told me that. So even though these guys are, they're
there was one How to Train Your Dragon came out.
Oh, okay, cool. So these guys obviously show that it's just a matter of choice. It's this simple. We already talked about why you focus on what you want. You did really great at explaining that. We talked about blame versus solution and little ways that you can communicate. And how about do you have a message that you think that you want kids to know, Sky? Like what's something that you would love to share? Actually, I have one. I'll add one because this just came up for me, this thought. Do you remember the other day when I said I was feeling
yesterday?
A couple days. It was the day that I did the 22-mile run when I was feeling a little off balance, and I said, you know what I think would really serve me is I said I think I get to go for a run. I get to, not I have to or should, because why do we use the language that we do? If I say I have to do something, what am I feeling?
That you're like enslaved.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, who wants that? What's the energy around that?
Horrible. Egyptian.
What about
Egyptian.
should? Ugh.
Same as have.
Yeah, no fun, right? What about need? You need this.
Same.
It's like saying that you're not perfect, whole, and complete as you are. You need something outside of yourself to actually be okay. I'm trying to figure out our lighting here, but it's good. So the other day, I feel like this is huge, especially for moms. So listen up, because I had said, I'm feeling a little off balance. And I said, I feel like what would really serve me is to go out into nature and to go get a run. What did you say to me? Do you remember this?
Yeah, I said, Mom, you deserve a run. Take as much time as you need. And she took a lot. She took 22 miles of time.
I did. I ran 22 miles, and I didn't expect to run 22 miles either, right? So, you done?
She ran from here in Solano all the way to Encinitas and then down past.
Yeah, past that.
Oh.
And then back, huh? That was fun. Okay, so the point being, a lot of us take on the story that to be loved and validated and good enough and approved by others, we self-sacrifice, completely sacrifice who we are. And like for moms, that they're only there for their kids, and that's their whole number one intention, and to to the degree of I can't take time to work out, or I shouldn't go do things for me, or whatever. What this actually teaches your children is that they have to show up the same way. They show up the same way, that they have to only do what other people want them to do and take care of everybody else, so that they're loved and they're approved and they're validated, that they're good enough and they're accepted by society. Instead, what this actually does is, when you are so unfulfilled and unbalanced and not taking care of you and not saying I'm worthy of following my passions and my purposes and doing the things that I love to do and sharing my gifts and different things too. I'm going to slide this guy. I'm just lighting. We're pretty darn close. Then what it does is we become, I'm a bitch mom, right? When I was like, if I'm starting to turn into like a bitch mom, it's because I'm like, I'm on edge, I'm not fulfilled, I'm not balanced. We become resentful. There's a settle and a sacrifice going on. We become resentful for it, and we're not even, there's nothing to give. We're empty. It's like, I used to use the term of, it's like the mom with an empty pitcher trying to run around and fill up her kids' cups, and the kid's like, Mom, you didn't put anything in my cup. Like, you have an empty pitcher. But when you are fulfilled, when you are inspired, when you are enlightened, when you are empowered, when you feel the power and possibility of who you are and your passion and purpose, and you're sharing your genius and your truth, and you're taking care of you, this is saying I am worthy, because I know I'm a daughter of God. I know I'm a divine goddess. I know I'm fully 100% worthy and capable of having everything amazing in my life, because I'm a daughter of God. It would be crazy to think that I can't have that, because I'm a daughter of God, and I'm fully capable and fully in truth with that. So to be fulfilled means that I then have so much more to give. And so what I choose to teach my kids is that they are fully worthy and deserving of having their own passions and getting to do things they love to do, and that I'm worthy of it for me and he's worthy of it for him, and it gets to be a co-creation of living in peace and flow and choosing what's best for us. But there is no, your face is in the middle of my face on there, huh? There is no settle or sacrifice. Settle or sacrifice is a choice instead of thriving and maybe you should go finish that over there, because your chewing is pretty dang loud. And so instead of a settle and a sacrifice, it is I choose to thrive. So what Skylar heard when I said, I'm wanting this, he said, Mom, yeah, you totally deserve that. You're worthy of that. Go take as much time as you want. It's like, awesome. Thanks, babes, for supporting me in that. And that being, and so by me dropping stories in the past of what even being a single mom looked like and being a mom looked like, was what allowed me to break through these barriers. And in fact, instead, I got to go on this journey of empowering my kids with the same belief systems that I feel like will give them the freedom that I've been able to experience. So Gavin, what are other ways that we talked about the mirror exercise? We talked about you focus on what you want, positivity. We talked about communicating to get clear so you're not taking on negative limiting beliefs and perceptions. What are other ways that you create your life and who you are? What do we do every single night? How about that? Every night, what's our bedtime routine?
Every night, our bedtime routine is get a snack.
Mm-hmm. Get a snack?
Get a snack, yeah.
You have is that part of your bedtime routine?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
You get a snack.
Oh, wait. Are you talking about filling up your lunch boxes for school the next day? Oh, you're just literally saying I always have a snack at night.
Oh,
okay.
at the end?
Yes, at the end of the day. I'm like, oh, I didn't know this was part of bedtime routine.
Eating dinner.
Uh-huh.
Brush, floss, and spray. Get lunches out for breakfast in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Brush. Wait, did I?
Yeah, you did all that. Okay,
brush,
so
floss, and spray.
all the stuff that's ready for school and taking care of your teeth. What else do we do? What do you do every single night?
Meditation.
Yeah, that's one of them.
Visualize.
Yeah, that's another. You do your mirror exercise again. You do an emotions thing in the mirror. So the mirror exercise is kind of like the one before, except they just go through their, what's great about them, and maybe think about even what they want to create for tomorrow. Why do you visualize at night? What's the visualization about? What's the purpose of visualizing?
Visualizing how your day is gonna go.
Tomorrow, yes. So I'm going to turn on the light and let you actually sit right here and finish telling why you visualize. See if that helps. That's this. That didn't do much. Okay, so part of this, a great little key and tool, is that your whatever you close down at night in your mind is what's going to happen, Gavin. Whatever you finish your day thinking about and focusing on.
Whatever you so like every night we sit down on our bed and we visualize what's gonna happen like tomorrow. Visualize means like think about what's gonna happen tomorrow.
Yeah, so we set out an intention for the next day. So what happens is in your subconscious mind, if you in the day looking in the mirror and saying I'm fat and think I'm fat, or worried about all the things that you've got to do tomorrow, it's soaking in your brain all night long. And then it's literally you're exuding an energy of creating it. You're proving right this belief, and it's literally setting out the intention for these things to show up for you. So instead, we take that power of utilizing our minds at night and what we want and saying, okay, so tomorrow my intentions are, and so you set out your intentions kind of in your mirror exercise. And then he goes into visualizing what? What do you go into visualizing?
Visualizing
your day?
Your day.
Yes, visualizing your day and what it's going to look like and what you want to create. And then what do you visualize next?
We visualize.
Not just your day, but your whole...
Mine?
Your whole life, right?
Yeah.
This is me trying to read your mind, huh? So you visualize your whole life. And then what do you go into after visualization? When you just go calm, what is that?
Meditation.
Meditation. Why do you go into meditation, Gavin? What's meditation for?
Meditation is to like.
What does it do?
I don't know how to explain.
Just say whatever you say.
It calms you down.
That's one thing. So what does calming you down mean for you? What does it mean inside you?
It means it's calming you down.
Is that creating inner
peace?
Yeah, inner peace. So when you meditate, you actually learn to train yourself to go inside into the quietness and create inner peace versus seeking constantly externally outside of yourself for inner peace. You get to find it from inside yourself. So instead of going to, distractions by TV, by, sex, by drugs, by, like everything else, right? Food, all these things are you going outside of yourself for peace. You learn to go inside yourself for peace by meditating, right, Gav?
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else you want to share that is things that you do to create your life? You set out your intentions, you visualize, you meditate. You're just ready today, aren't you? Yeah.
I'm tired.
So the other thing you do is we always ask what's great about you to somebody else, and you do what's great about you in the mirror. So you're always reaffirming to your inner self that you're great and amazing and you're perfect and who you are. Okay, Scott, come here. I got one more question for you, and we'll end this up, okay? What is your message? Because I want you guys to be able to share whatever truth is inside you, and then you'll do this too, okay, Gav? If you have a message for kids out there, what would it be? His turn. Hang on.
All right. Here's my message. Everyone thinks that no one's perfect. So if I did something and I said, I didn't do it right, people would say, no one's perfect. But what I think is everyone's perfect. Some people, like me, believe that God or Jesus was the only person on earth who was completely perfect, no sins or anything. But that's not true. Well, that is, he was. But everyone is perfect because everyone's different, so no one can do it as perfectly as they did. So I'm different from Gavin. Gavin can't act me out perfect because I'm different. And stop mouthing me, Gavin.
Well, what are you focusing on when you say that? Are you creating what you want or what you don't want? You always focus on what you want, right?
All right.
Okay, so finish your message. What do you mean by? So you're believing
America.
You believing that you're saying that everyone gets to realize that they're already perfect?
Yes, they're not perfect. Everyone's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
everybody's perfect.
So let's expand on this a little bit. It's what you mean by that is that you're perfectly you. I'm perfectly
Yes.
me. Gavin's perfectly
Yes.
him. And how could we ever think that it's possible to be society is perfect when we're all extremely different? We're actually 37.2 trillion cells of uniquely designed individuals. So when whatever you're experiencing, so isn't this that the gift of every experience we have is our perfect experience? So, and he's heard me talk about this, and that we can say it's about progression, not perfection, but what we believe is that's not even true. You're already perfect. You're perfectly in whatever you're in.
It's about perfection and progression.
Yeah, but so you're perfectly experiencing what you're experiencing. That's perfectly creating more of you, and you're perfectly in your growth process. So you actually are always perfect.
That's my message.
I love it. Okay, do you have a message for parents that you would like them to know?
Yes. Some people.
Oh, there's my phone going off. It's a motorcycle phone. It's okay. Go for it. Tell us.
Can I just end it?
Yeah, go grab it. Yeah. What is your message for kids or parents? Do you have a message you want to share before we finish? And my motorcycle phone's going off. Just turn it off, babes. Thank you.
Please. Kids can always choose to live life if they want to.
They can choose what? Say that again.
They can always choose to eat healthy and live life if they want to. If they want to live it, they can.
Okay. Just 1 second. Let him finish first, please.
And for grown-up.
Okay, so what's your message for? So is your message for kids is they can choose to live healthy?
Yeah.
Is that because
they can choose to live healthy and live long, or they can choose a different life.
So yeah, you're right, and it's okay for them. Is that what you mean? It's okay for them to choose whatever they want. No judgment.
No judgment.
Awesome. So have you? Do you love to live? While we're on the healthy thing, what have you learned about eating healthy?
It gets you away from not dying.
Yeah, that's true too. And so it's about living life. But is eating healthy yummy?
Yes.
Yeah. Most people just don't know how, huh? We know how to make it rock, right? Yeah, so good. Awesome. Okay, do you have a message for parents that you want to share?
Parents can always...
You don't have to have a message. If you want a message, you can. Do you have anything you want them to know?
Parents can always choose what they want. And you can give out what you think. And it's not offense to anyone. So, like, if you like something, well, if someone likes something, and they play it, like if it was a guitar, and it went and you didn't like it, you could say, I don't like those guitars. And if they are sad, that's just what you think about it. That's just how you don't like.
So it's also how they choose to respond in life. So he's actually, isn't this what happened today? And you guys sat on your little communication rug with your Rockin' Fix. So Skylar was playing a guitar, and Gavin said, I don't like guitars. And Skylar chose to take that on as he was bad at the guitar and wasn't good at the guitar. And Gavin, so when they got to sit down at their communication little thing and they talked, Gavin got clear that it's okay for me to have my opinion, and it's okay for you to have your opinion. What I meant by that is I don't like guitars. They're not my favorite, was I think your exact words. And Skylar said, well, they are my favorite. And they got clear on that that's what they meant by it, was simply an opinion, and they're both worthy of their own opinion. So you're saying for parents to not take offense, or to
not take offense, and
to choose what they want, how they want to feel and respond, and it's okay? Awesome. Good message, dude. Good message. Pound it. Boom. Okay, Sky, we're ready for yours. Did you have one more? Are you making food? Yeah, you're done if you want to go down. I'll ask. Okay, what would be your... Gavin, I have one more question for you, though, I actually want to ask. So, wait, what's your question for parents? Do you have, or a message? Do you have one?
Yes.
What?
Some moms always go, and they go, I'm a really, really bad mom. And that's not really good that they think that. So it's just like the perfect thing. The mothers mother their kids, like teach them how they want No one can teach their kids just like them, individually.
Okay.
Like mom sometimes from time to time will go, I'm not a good mom.
That's what will come up for me, huh?
Yeah. So like she's like, I'm not a perfect mom. Well, I think every mom is perfect individually.
Because why?
Because they're perfect. God chose a mother for each kid that was perfect for each other.
To learn from each other. Perfect. So that's great. Awareness is even how authentic we are, is that there's moments when something shows up, and how I tell them the awareness that I'm feeling is I'm like, I feel like I'm not a good mom, or I feel like this looks like I'm not a good mom, and it's because of this, and this is what it looks like and feels like for me. And then we get to get clear on it, and we get to walk through it, and I get to just be aware of my emotion and know that I get to shift it. So last question for both of you. Last question. Hey Sky, what are you spelling?
Marci.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that's awesome. Okay, last question, we're done. Because it's Thanksgiving and we're appreciating, what are you thankful for and appreciating?
Gavin, it's my chicken.
Oh, kids are awesome.
Can I have my chicken?
Yeah, there's plenty more too. So what do you want? Focus on what you want. Gavin, will you please leave my chicken on the side?
Gavin, can you please leave my chicken alone?
Gav, can you please respond? He's talking to you.
No.
Okay, what are you thankful for and appreciating? And then Gav, you can come tell me what you're thankful for.
The trees.
Those are good.
They give us air.
I'm
thankful for trees, and I appreciate them because they give us air.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thankful for my mommy because she appreciates me, and I appreciate her.
Mm-hmm.
And she teaches me how to live healthy and live for mine.
And what was that?
And live perfect.
And live awesome?
Yeah.
Good. Awesome.
I was gonna say live a mind, body, mentor. I'm like, what?
Well, I don't teach that to you. You choose it. I just guide you, but you always choose it, huh? Thank you. Anything else? Thank you.
And hug.
All right. Love you. Gab, you want to come finish with what you're appreciating and thankful for? I'm surprised we lasted this long. Gab? Okay. So I'll share, I guess, what I'm thankful and appreciating is just God and the experience that I'm in today, like to be in this experience with my little boys. Like I know we've had so many different experiences that have been, you got some chicken? That have been allowed us that through knowing that everything's perfect process, everything is our growth process, and it's all a gift of feedback, that every single time we had a disconnect, it was like, interesting that this is the pattern that came up for me, that this is what I was thinking and perceiving, and we get to get clear, and like communication just gets better, relationships just get better, you're breaking in, and I guess the biggest thing that I'm aware of right now and feeling appreciation for is realizing that we are the powerful creators that we are, that we have the gift of giving ourselves freedom versus living in the war that we're in, like looking at your beliefs around money and your thought processes around that and how you're creating that, and then literally get to realize that if things are showing up in your life that aren't awesome, you've created that. And how powerful is that through the same system, just by changing that belief system, you can create exactly opposite. You can create exactly what you do want. You can create money to be like air and to be thriving in abundance in every way, and relationships to build on every single day to be epic, and your spiritual connection and alignment to be fully thriving, your body of health to show up perfectly and operating on a perfect body of health. Like all these things are possible when you simply realize God loves you so much, he gave you the choice. And you, source, universe, higher self, whatever you want to call it, but you've been given the opportunity of choosing your life. So what do we say in what's one of Mom's taglines?
Look down the truth with Marci.
That's another one.
And Gavin and Sky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, now you're all free in front of the camera.
Yeah.
So what else? What's the power of choice?
Power choice is yours. Power choice is yours. Choose your best life.
That's right. So there we go. Because we believe from the get-go it's about choice. It's always about choice. So let's finish with you on what are you thankful for and appreciating.
I'm thankful for feast and mother
Father, family,
Awesome.
aliens,
Aliens. What else? Anything else you want to appreciate right now?
Thanksgiving,
Thanksgiving. Yeah, that's a good person to appreciate.
brothers,
You love your brother. Huh?
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool.
twins.
Okay. All right, cool. So I think I think we've done well here today. I just figured I'd get to ask them some questions and interview my little growth partners.
So if we're ending, knocking down the truth with Mom, Marci, and Skylar, Marcus, and Gavin.
Skylar.
Locking down the truth with
Skylar
invincible
Marcus'
middle
man.
name, huh?
Locking down the
That's 'cause
truth
I was
with
named after
invincible man.
All right. So I'm glad you guys, for whatever, hopefully this was inspired to come out and for us to create the time to do this. And appreciating you, appreciating Thanksgiving, this day of thanks, and hoping that every single day becomes a day of appreciation for you, because the more that you appreciate, you create, and whatever you give out, obviously you get back. And hope that you got something of this that is of value to you. And our intention was to help change some lives and give you and kids, other kids some tools. So hopefully we did that. Any last words, guys?
America rules.
All right, we're good. We're done. We're going to go finish creating our awesome Thanksgiving day. You guys have a great one as well.
Peace.
Locking down the truth.
With
Skylar and Gavin and
Wait.
What?
Locking down the truth with our yummy feast.
Let's go rock that out, huh?
yeah,
Top
feast.
choice is yours. Choose your best life. Have a great day.
Feast.